your source for the news Jews can use when they schmooze. Tonight, we will continue our series examining how communities across the globe are grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic. This evening, we are visiting the renowned village of Chelm. Our guide is Blumenfeger Schmalzzuckner, the vice president of the Chelm Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Blumenfeger, for taking the time to speak with us today.
I'm verklempt to be with you on behalf of Chelm, including its suburbs and unlying districts. Thank you. We're especially glad for the opportunity to show the American people our true wisdom and to correct the misimpressions that people have about us. Most unfortunately, people laugh at us and claim that we are dim-witted.
Dim-witted, perhaps, but charming and gifted with a unique kind of reasoning.
There we go again with condescending memes about our town. That's like saying that a cow smells like you know what. But this fragrance brings up fond memories of the barnyard. Let me set the record straight. I'm sure you've heard the story about how we tried to capture the reflection of the moon in a barrel of borscht.
Oh, sure, everyone knows about that.
Well, that experiment didn't work out. People don't appreciate that we were way ahead of the rest of the world in trying to develop alternative sources of energy. Did you know one of our citizens, Shloimi, received the Memelson Prize awarded by MIT, the Minsk Institute of Technology, for his world-changing invention?
No, I was totally unaware.
That's right, underwear. He invented Kleine Grosse Gatkes, a revolutionary type of men's underwear that uses insertable and removable panels to expand and contract as an individual gains and loses weight, thereby saving money, bother, and fabric. The perfect solution for a society oscillating back and forth between fighting obesity and indulging food obsessions.
Wow, there's a man who thinks outside the boxers.
It's kind of forward-thinking approach that we apply to devise cutting-edge solutions to age-old problems. Are any of your viewers looking for somewhere to locate a research or manufacturing facility? Chelm should be at the top of your list. We have a highly skilled and educated workforce. Our people start their studies with the book of Leviticus at age 3 and are immersed in Talmud study at age 5. You can't ask for better preparation than that.
At the top of my list tonight is learning how the past year's events, and especially COVID-19, have affected Chelm.
That's quite a story. It's been a terrible challenge, but we have a saying in Chelm, the blows of fate fell us with a clop, but Chelmite wisdom helps us stand back up. It all began in February when our physician, Dr. Cronkite, urgently approached our mayor, Mayor Frumkin.
You're muted, Lois.
Sorry.
Mayor Meyer, Your Honor, 4 of our citizens have come down with a serious illness like we've never seen before. They're having really intense respiratory problems, high fever, no sense of taste or smell.
How did they pick up this illness?
Several of them had just returned from the farmer's market in Yehupitz.
We must stop this from spreading. We must isolate these cases and ban all travel to and from Yehupitz. I've got a little song I wrote about it. I'm going to accompany myself on this very large guitar. It's huge. Not many people can play a guitar this big. Keep them completely isolated until the sick folks are okay. Van travel to and from your hope it's keep the infection at bay. Deliver them food so inside they stay. We'll stay safe thanks to our wisdom. That's the Helmite way. Yes, we need to feed those poor sick people. You said they lost their sense of taste and smell?
That's correct. I've never seen anything like that before.
I have several crates of 2-week-old gefilte fish for you to sell them. Just like our sages in the Talmud taught, didn't they say, taste not, waste not? You can offer them a 15% discount.
If you say so, Your Honor, I'll get right to it.
The typical government employee is a lazy, unambitious layabout who knows nothing about the real world and is happy to earn a sinecure at the civic trough. If you want dynamic, top-notch, hard-working leaders who will create value for the community, you need to lure them from the private sector. The only way to do that is to incentivize government work. That's why I believe the leader of government should be able to profit without limit from the government's activities. The only way we will attract better leadership and have more, that's the only way we'll attract better leadership and have more effective government. That's my credo. If it weren't for the opportunity to make government for my duties, Hal would never have had the good fortune of having me as mayor. It's no surprise I'm mayor for this town I'm heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. I'm the wisest man in hell, 110%. It's no surprise he's mayor for our town he's heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. He's the wisest man in hell, 110%. My mama used to tell me a well-known folk expression. God helps those who help themselves. From this I learned a lesson. I pondered every meaning and thought hard year after year. But suddenly one afternoon it struck me crystal clear. Selfishness is the driving force that prods men's motivation. Let me grasp wealth and power and gain widespread adulation. And once I get to be the man in charge of all of hell, Selfishness will spur me on while I am at the helm. It's no surprise I'm there, for this town I'm heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. I'm the wisest man in hell, 110%. It's no surprise he's there, for our town he's heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. He's the wisest man in hell, 110%. So as mayor, I use Ekel that I'm so well endowed with, to apply my brilliant leadership to benefit the crowd with. The more I get to profit from being chief of state, the more I'm inspired to use my wits to make our village great. Town's fate and mine are intertwined, I profit with impunity. Whatever helps my bottom line is good for the community. It's no surprise I'm mayor, for this town I'm heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. It's no surprise I'm mayor, for this town I'm heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. I'm the wisest man in hell, 110%. It's no surprise he's there, for our town he's heaven sent. Absolutely no one's better to rule our government. He's the wisest man in hell, 110%.
Unfortunately, the illness spread. More and more people became sick, and some lost their lives. Soon, the provincial health ministry told us that people needed to wash their hands or use hand sanitizer.
Rabbi, tell me, what is the proper blessing for using hand sanitizer?
Let me think. For grain alcohol, we usually say shekakol. No, that's only if it's a beverage. This is a real tough question. Of course there must be a blessing. I've got it. Ma ha magdim ha trufa la maka, which means, blessed are you, Hashem our God, King of the universe, who provides the remedy in advance of the plague.
Why doesn't God just skip the plague and then we won't need the remedy? It would be so much easier.
Well, my dear, the answer is simple. This way, when we apply hand sanitizer, we get to experience Hashem's compassion firsthand. And the second hand, experience Hashem's compassion as well. Now, that's enough for one day. Go on your way.
Very quickly, the supply of hand sanitizer disappeared.
What do you mean you're out of hand sanitizer? You usually have a whole aisle full of it.
Well, first thing this morning, the mayor bought out our entire supply. He is reselling it at a 500% markup. But all is not lost. You can buy aloe lotion in aisle 3, right side, and Schlilovitz in aisle 7, and mix them together. And you know what? Voila, it's what we use in our house. You have a fine hand sanitizer.
What? Ruin a perfectly good bottle of Schlivovitz for this? Besides, my mom sent me out for a hand sanitizer, not the latest coronavirus concoction, the Purell spritzer. She'll say I wasted our money. Please, you know I'm your oldest and most loyal customer. Can't you do anything better for me?
Oy. Well, I was saving this one container of Purell for my grandmother. But you know what? She hardly ever leaves the house. So I guess I can let you have it. Excuse me, 1 minute. Here it is. Okay, I'm putting in this bag for you. Here you go.
Baruch Hashem, I'll always be grateful to you.
But on the way home,
Stop. Hand over the package. Your Purell or your life.
You're violating one of the 10 commandments.
We live in a different age now. Look, this book says that to save the life of a loved one, it's perfectly reasonable, even justified, to violate the law. You'd better hand it over.
Boy, people are getting too many crazy notions from reading books these days. Gutenberg is responsible for this, and Amazon.com. A plague on both of them.
with a ban on commerce between Chelm and Yechupetz, it took no time for the local economy to slow down. People are starting to feel the pinch. A delegation visits the mayor.
Your Honor, Mayor Meyer, we need to find a way to restore travel and commerce to and from Yechupetz. Business activity is grinding to a halt. People are starting to have difficulty feeding their families.
We're not going to surrender to those jackasses in Yechupetz who brought this sickness, the Yechupetz virus, upon us.
But the people in Yechupetz say that they caught the virus when a group of their townspeople stayed at a resort in Otvok.
Then we're going to refuse to deal with Otwok as well until they pay us reparations for the damage that the Otwok Yechupetz virus has caused us.
But you need to come up with some aid for the local people. Otherwise, they will hold you responsible for their misfortunes. Besides, the people in Otvok claim that they got the virus from the people who were visiting them from Schnipishok.
Then we're going to cut off relations with Schnipishok too until they also pay up. The people of Helm aren't going to blame me. They're solidly behind me in taking a stand against the Schnipishok Otwok Yechupetz virus.
Meanwhile, things were about to get worse. Purim was approaching. In Chelm, Purim is the most important holiday, the high point of the year. Dr. Cronkite receives word that the provincial health department is considering a ban on public gatherings for the duration of what is now being called a pandemic. This would be a greater blow than Chelm can withstand. The mayor dispatched Dr. Cronkite to make a personal appeal to the head person, the provincial minister of health, Dr. Fauci.
You mean Dr. Anthony Fauci?
No, his third cousin, Dr. Geralmo Fauci. Let's listen in.
Sorry, it's too dangerous. You'll have to cancel your Purim gathering.
Surely, that won't be necessary if we do something very, very modest. If we can get just 10 people together who have no symptoms and they keep a distance from one another and wear surgical masks, could we make a tiny exception for that?
Well, in that case, I suppose I could grant an exception.
And surely it wouldn't make much difference if we allowed 5 children to join them and they stay close to their parents. Can you please allow that?
I guess I can permit that.
That's very kind and mensch-like of you. Now, we don't want people to complain that only the Machers got to attend. Can you make a teeny weeny exception for just 5 more people?
Well, I don't know.
Everyone far and wide knows you to be a just man. Surely you don't want to damage your sterling reputation by giving the appearance of a bias against Purim. After all, it's been widely reported in the media that you like latkes better than Hamantaschen.
You think bringing 20 people together in one place is a just decision when your citizens' health and well-being, their very lives, are at risk. No, I'm not going to play God with the people of Chelm.
Meanwhile, back in Chelm, the people were crying out to the rabbi.
What if Dr. Krankheit comes back empty-handed? What are we gonna do?
Film without Purim is like a blintz without sour cream.
Like a kugel without noodles.
Like sushi without wasabi.
You're going a little far afield there.
Sorry. Like Christmas without Chinese food.
That's better.
Clearly, this is a situation of Petuach Nefesh, where the protection of life takes precedent over tradition. Starting with Purim and going forward, we will all have our services on Zoom.
But that's unheard of.
Zoom's so remote and impersonal.
Nickel, you're muted.
You call that a valid minyan?
What's Zoom?
But the rabbi was insistent, and he inspired the community and schlepped them along into this new era by teaching them a song by the Hasidic master Rabbi Nachtish.
In our world of Zoom, life's a narrow band. Life's a narrow band. Life's a narrow band. Olam kulo, kesher tsar meo, keser sad meo. And the main point, what matters most, don't get cut off. Oi! Then you'll be toast. Vehayika, vehayika, lo lehinatakeka. Ay, 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 ay,
Returned from Dr. Fauci and announced that everyone needs to wear masks and maintain social distancing, and various types of businesses needed to stay closed for now. Dr. Krankheit asked Shloimi to convert his underwear production line to mask manufacture.
Sure, Doc. I'm happy to help with the masks. I have a broader vision for my company. We're more than just underwear manufacturers. We're in the cheeks covering business.
Soon after, the mayor held a big public press conference.
Bagel Farfel from the Tiglecha Shmus. With the election coming up in just 2 months, economic activity in Chelm at an all-time low, and the pandemic ravaging our community, are you worried about your re-election prospects? What do you have to say to the people of Chelm?
I'm not worried about my re-election prospects at all. Everyone knows that the Schnippishak Otwaki Hupitz virus is not our fault. Here's another thing. It's no big deal. It's a nothing burger. I got the virus and I recovered in just 14 minutes. I was even able to complete baking matzahs during the remaining 4 minutes. Wearing masks and this anti-social distancing idea are stupid and unnecessary. The whole pandemic is going to burn itself out in a few weeks. At this point, we'll all have herd immunity. If anyone is really concerned or needs relief from the virus, I have great news for you. Dr. Fievel Shinbein has come up with a great treatment, sure cure, for the virus. Dr. Shinbein has achieved remarkable results with a mixture of exotic insect poop tea, mixed with zinc and vitamin C and D. Dr. Shinbein's medication is the real deal, and given that it contains an exotic ingredient, he sells it at a very reasonable price.
Rivka Rutabaga from the Neskatug Journal. Mayor Frumkin, isn't Dr. Shinbein your brother-in-law? And isn't he a veterinarian? Is Dr. Shinbein the source of your prediction that we will achieve herd immunity? If so, a herd of what species is he talking about? Most importantly, should we be relying on remedies from this unconventional source?
Look, lady reporter, go languish in bed then. Go and tell your family to keep up their anti-social distancing. The people of Helm trust my word that this medication is the real deal. What do you have to say to the press, Dr. Crankheit?
I haven't tried it myself, but based on what the mayor said, this sounds promising. I would continue to use a mask, though, and maintain social distancing as a precaution.
Blimey, the cheeks covering entrepreneur felt that the mayor's approach to the pandemic was against science and not good for Helm.
As an MIT award recipient, I feel that I have a special responsibility to stand up for science and for the good of Helm. So I will oppose Mayor Frumkin in the upcoming election.
After the press conference, Dr. Cronkite was feeling guilty. After telling the press that Dr. Shinbein's sketchy treatment sounds promising, and she went to see the rabbi.
This is no time, Devoe, for beating your chest and saying a Shabbat that God knew. If you want to show real teshuva, get more people to do social distancing.
It's hard when my boss, the mayor, keeps telling people they don't need to socially distance and mocks people who do. But it's also true that the people in Helm are close talkers. 2 meters is like a kilometer to them.
It says in the Torah that when Moshe Rabbeinu approached that burning bush, Hashem told him, don't come close. And later at Mount Sinai, God had Moshe Rabbeinu set a physical boundary for the people for their safety.
I'm not God, and I'm not Moses.
Neither were the rabbis, but they put a siyag, a fence around the Torah, adding extra stringencies to protect people from ever violating its laws.
Well, I'm not a rabbi either, but I just had a thought. My uncle Ephraim used to work at a stable as a professional manure shoveler. Uncle Ephraim would bring the powerful fragrance of his job home with him. I can assure you, no one ever stood close enough to him to transmit any germs. He was the healthiest man in Helm.
Oh, you're suggesting that every Helmite should make it his duty to carry excrement?
No, very quickly, everyone will get used to that smell. My idea is for the rabbi to issue a takana to require every Helmite to carry a pouch around his or her neck with some unique foul-smelling concoction in it. Moldy cheese, Limburger, ammonia, chopped onions, skunk spray, horse sweat, and excrement too, you name it.
Dr. Concrite, that's a great idea for a Helmline public health intervention. Your uncle and Ephraim will be an inspiration to us.
Soft spray ammonia, moldy cheese, and last month's Franken. When it comes to fighting cold in the front, we should be thanking. In inspiring social distancing, all these heroes he's outranking. There are people in our history who merit admiration. They embody special qualities that give us inspiration. And in times of trouble, their examples light our way. Lulu Ephraim's uncle's one of them. He saved our day. Now Samson was a starker. He smote the Philistines. Rivka was so active, and her energy is in our genes. When a visitor wanted water, she gave his camels tons to drink. But Ephraim stands above them all, 'cause he's teaching them to stink. Limburger, soft spray, ammonia, moldy cheese, and last month's Franken. When it comes to fighting cold in Ephraim, we should be thanking. In inspiring social distancing, all these heroes he's outranking. Moses freed us from Pharaoh and led us to our land. When it came to calming our angry God, he's the best we understand. Every fitting hater will tell you there's no one great as Moses. But Uncle Ephraim's better when it comes to holding our noses. Miriam helped save baby Moses from infanticide advancing. At the sea she led the women with ecstatic song and dancing. When Moses prayed, please heal her, in an instant she got well. But my uncle's more remarkable, thanks to him hell learned to smell. Limburger, soft spray, ammonia, moldy cheese, and last month's Franken. When it comes to fighting cold in Ephraim, we should be thanking. In inspiring social distancing, all these heroes he's outranking. Maimonides and Einstein were amazing at deep thinking. But in Helm, Ephraim tops them all. We'll stay safe thanks to his stinking
And so, with the rabbi's decree and Dr. Cronkite's intense encouragement, the PU pouches of Chelm became the latest fashion accessory. Meanwhile, the election campaign was entering a feverish state.
Alphabet, Gimel, Daled, who do you think is really solid? Shloimi. Hey, Vav, Zion, Het. Vote out Frumpkin, don't forget.
And Helm, the wise thing to do is to stay with me and not hand over the keys to that lily-livered, Prius-driving, mask-wearing, Baroque music listening, Mikkel Goldman documentary-watching, public radio supporting, refined sugar avoiding, New York Times crossword solving, fake smarty pants who is running against me. He's a danger to us all. If elected, he will pander to Yehubitz, Adwak, and Schnippeshock and let him trample all over us. He has a nephew who goes to Adwak twice a year, and they give him free towels and other fabulous gratuities. My pathetic appointment is also kind of a wimp. I have it on reliable authority that on Erev Shabbos, he eats vegetarian chopped liver. And the reason he invented that adjustable underwear of his is he's stockpiling cloth to make shrouds for us all. As for the pandemic, you can't trust these so-called scientific authorities. They're always changing their tune. Unlike them, my message has been consistent from day one. We're turning the corner on the pandemic. Also, the illness was blown out of proportion to begin with. The casualty figures are fake because they included a lot of people who would have died anyway from other causes. I got better, and so do most people. Crankite, you have anything to add?
Yes, well, this pandemic is a very serious threat to us, and we must allow science to govern our government policies and personal actions.
Another nervous Nelly heard from. Don't listen to her either. You're fired, Crankite.
Your Honor, the polls show you behind Shloimi in the vote.
Those polls mean nothing. They're all fake. But we should be aware of election fraud. Those migrant workers that Shloimi brought in from Kazimierz to work in his factory, they're not true Helmites. Shloimi is going to try and use them to stuff ballot boxes with fraudulent votes from their lazy, listless welfare recipient relatives. That would be the only way I could lose the election.
As it turned out, Shloimi did win the election by a comfortable margin. Even the suburbanites living in the Upper Chelm suburbs gave Shloimi a majority. True to form, the mayor claimed massive voter fraud, although there was no evidence to support this. He wouldn't give up his post and refused to leave the mayoral mansion. He even ignored official notices from the town council. A group of Chelm's leading citizens got together and gave it intense thought.
What can we do? We voted him out. The town council sent him official notices, but he still doesn't move.
It's simple. Frumpkin can't stay as mayor if he no longer lives in Helm, right?
Right.
We'll jack up the mayoral mansion and move it out of town somewhere and build a new mayoral mansion for Shloimi. Brilliant, right?
Well, if we do that, we'll have this problem completely solved by next Simchas Torah.
But we'll have no money left over to pay for the vaccinations. If only we could summon the provincial armed forces.
Yes, but of course that would be far too risky. The provincial armed forces would get so much enjoyment out of evicting a Jewish leader that they might not be able to restrain themselves, and we'll end up with a full-scale pogrom on our hands.
They deliberated for several hours and eventually came up with a solution to get him out. Some entered the mayoral mansion and others stood by open windows, and they pelted him all at once with their PU pouches. Sheer abundance of them was too much, and it drove Frumpkin out of the building. Subsequently, an intrepid crew went in and, wearing World War I surplus gas masks, cleared out the smelly devices, scattering them about so that the owners could retrieve them. This made it possible for the new mayor, Shloimi, and his team to occupy the building. Since then, we haven't heard much from former Mayor Frumpkin. Meanwhile, under Shloimi, our new mayor, life during the pandemic is finally getting back to abnormal. People are doing a better job of following the protocols, and we are scheduled to get our first shipment of vaccines next week.
Things are now so much better. Helm's once again optimistic. The infection rate is dropping some, so says this week's statistic. Businesses will start up again. We'll have vaccines to protect us. We'll gather in shul like we did before, 'cause we'll have someone to inject us.
The sky is brightening, our world is lightening.
Behind one goal we are united.
Our leader on the top, we all work non-stop.
With Helmite wisdom that's farsighted. The vaccine's rolling out in stages. Today it's age 90 and plus. Someday our age group's turn will come. Then life will be better for us. We thank you for checking in on us. We appreciate the attention. We hope that you've learned how wise we are from our COVID intervention.
The sky is brightening, our world is lightening.
Behind one goal we are united.
Our leader on the top, we all work non-stop.
With Helmite wisdom that's farsighted. We've got a leader at the top. Who's the best? We're working non-stop. Without rest. With Helmite wisdom, we're blessed.
As the prayer book tells us, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. A wise idea leads inevitably toward a positive outcome. And as it says in the book of Psalms, the wicked spring up like grass, and every evildoer flourishes, only to be banned from Twitter forever.
Thank you, Blumafega, and the citizens of Chelm for sharing your story of COVID-19 challenges with us. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, to Machadash. Next week, we will be broadcasting from Yehupitz to learn how they are faring during the pandemic. Good night and happy Purim.
Thank you very much, all of
Thank you
you.
for that entertainment,
you.
Mr. Doctor.
Oh,
Arthur,
awesome hat.
Arthur.
Jim,
Yeah.
Arthur.
Composer.
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 Let's hear it for the cat.
Awesome job.
Yay, team.
This is the best thing I've done for probably months.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing I've
Thank
done.
you, Jim.
Wonderful job. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Very entertaining.
Brilliant. Got time. Let's do it again.
Right.
And especially when we all
I'm gonna
need
kill
something
you,
to
Mark.
cheer us up. Absolutely terrific.
I'm gonna kill you, Mark. You're a dead man.
I even think Mickle was as good as Sherry.
You have the extended leopard.
I don't know about that.
It's really hard for any standouts because the whole cast really gave their heart and soul to this. And
Absolutely. Well, maybe not their soul.
But they're extra masks and hand sanitizer.
and they're
Right.
playing a gross Gatkes as well.
And good job with the music as well.
And we
Yeah,
want to thank
music.
Ezra too. We want to thank Ezra too for
Yes.
putting together the screen sharing.
That
stuff.
was fantastic. Thank you, Ezra. That was great.
That was
terrific.
That was great.
And we're also thrilled that David Biro, a one-time participant in our Purim spiel and who is now living in Norway, contributed that fanfare on the tuba.
Oh, that's where it came
Great
from.
work,
Wow.
I didn't catch the name. Who's that?
His name is David Biro, the son of Daniel Biro, the composer.
Wow.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah, I remember when he was here as a visiting scholar.
That's it.
Yes,
Right.
and David participated in our Purim spiel in 2015. Every time someone made a really bad pun, he had a trombone and he made a little sound. Yes.
Who would ever make a bad pun?
Pouches.
Yes.
Oh, it was
Wow.
totally great. Really terrific.
I have a question about David's beard. Is it really blue or I'm just seeing it like?
Yeah.
It really is.
It's supposed to be purple and green.
Excellent.
And that's because I get a lot of advice from dog walkers, and one of them advised me that these were good colors for a villain.
Oh, you are super good. villain.
You're super villainous.
But not as
You're
villainous
excellent.
as some people that we have experienced recently. But you did a really good job.
You did.
Yep.
You did. You really did.
If
Fantastic.
you had been at your last rehearsal, you would know what an extraordinary leap this production took.
Really?
Right since Monday night.
Monday night and tonight, my goodness.
Right. We all
It all came together.
I'm really impressed
Just
with the
that
fact that you guys managed to
We
do
really
it
enjoyed the
all over Zoom. That was really-
songs and tunes.
Yeah. Rabbi Jim, I have got to know how you could make that little bow perch on your head. I want one so badly.
Yeah, how do
That
you
was-
do that? How do you decorate your
You do that.
green?
Could I have a butterfly? Like
Instead
a
of choosing a virtual background, you choose a video filter, and then you have some choices. And I do think that this is my favorite.
Oh, it's just
Oh,
yes.
great.
Rabbi Jim.
Love it.
But how does it know to follow you around like that?
That is the magic of Zoom.
And you have like a little cat sitting on your head or something?
Yes, I know. It's just it goes. I mean, if I move really fast, then it gets.
I have one too.
Oh, my goodness. It's contagious. You
Patricia
gotta.
has one. There we go.
It's contagious.
It is. It's catching.
Maybe for Shabbat, this coming Shabbat, we should try it, all of us.
There we go.
I just want to do a shout out for including me, but the criminal and anybody else who did a very small piece. And I was very grateful that I only had to do a small piece. So don't get me wrong about this. But I was so happy to be able to do it. But that we were able to contribute in our very small way. So I just want to do a shout out to the
Well, maybe the criminal wants to say something here.
But Jim?
No, I don't. You expecting me to prepare a speech?
But the criminal, let's hear from the criminal.
The
I think if
key
you-
to effort is the
Your
criminal.
Hamantashen or your life.
That is a good line.
Question, I can deliver it. Where do you live?
Oh God, no! I already have so many. I take after my father.
I
Please no
think
more.
I would like it if you would hold up that book and show it straight because it was hard to read the print.
What's the book that you're holding up? Give us.
But you have to go on speaker view and take a look.
Can you give us a little? Can you say something? I don't know what the book is.
Read the title.
And now you can read it.
Situational ethics.
No, Akiva, put it up now, and people that want to see it can go on speaker view.
Yeah, let's-
Better view.
Wait, did you write that book?
Yeah, I wrote a whole book. No, it was a punchline for the joke. I just got it onto this Kindle real fast. So.
Now we can see it. It's
That's called method acting.
Write the book. Your mother says write the book.
It's not my department.
We have people from all over. Tamar, Bluma Vega, Tamar is in California. Akiva's in Brooklyn.
Hi.
And there's folks here from Florida. My brother Dave is here somewhere.
Where is he? Where is he, Sherry?
Where is he? He was on board too. No. Maybe he got bored. I'm not sure.
We had people who probably didn't even
There he
realize.
is. He's waving. There he is. He's
And
out.
Ezra and Laura are
in
are all the way out in Brockton, which is practically off the edge of the globe.
We have a friend here from Rockville, Maryland.
Here I am. Hello.
We have a friend from Rockville, Maryland.
Here I am. Here I am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Happy
Hello, Ari and Lois. Great job. Nice to meet everybody.
Wait, are you Sherry's brother?
No, whoever's talking now is not. Dave, you have to unmute if you want to talk.
I'll go back on mute. I'm from Maryland. I'll see y'all later.
No. Who are you?
Yeah, tell
Oh, I'm a friend of Ari and Lois
This is Larry.
Welcome.
in Maryland. Good to meet you all. I've really enjoyed it. Wonderful job.
Very nice. Thank
So
you.
glad you
That's
came.
nice
Glad
that you
enjoyed
came.
it.
Yes.
I came all the way from Washington.
I'd like to mention,
You thought you got away from
actually, we have people from Germany, and
Wow.
my sister from California also participated. They provided voices for the choir.
Oh, great. That was great. I was wondering who they were. That's nice.
So beautiful.
I actually got nine voices for the choir, and it was really great. I mean, it was just, I didn't know what was going to happen. I sent out this request to have people sing this little thing and send me back a recording, and like everybody did, it was.
Wait, and you combined the recordings
What's that?
electronically somehow?
Sorry, Miriam?
How did you combine all those voices then?
Through magic.
Ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
A thing called Audacity. A
Glad
program
you got
called
plenty
Audacity.
of it then.
I found out all of the the secret tricks of these Zoom choirs. And yeah, it was kind of an education.
Hope you enjoyed it as much
It
as
was ongoing until about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
A lot of work. Wow.
So much. Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was really, really good.
Thank you, all of you.
And
Jim, where do you get those PU pouches?
We're working.
Yeah,
on
you know,
it.
that could be a good business. It's very
Yes, it's finally, you know,
Definite.
we've been trying to get people to socially distance all year long, and finally the Helmet
Right.
came up with the right solution. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
had a very bad experience in Whole Foods today, which if he had had one of those, they would have not given him any crap. An issue.
Maybe we'll have them by next year. We'll give them out.
Oh, you
Hamburger
don't even say
cheese.
that.
Brother Dave, did you want to say something? Brother Dave? Where did he go? There he is.
There he is. Yeah, it was a great Purim spiel. Really enjoyed it.
You got a lot of family in it.
Who's talking?
Yeah.
Sherry's brother.
Where is he though?
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Where are you, Dave?
I'm up in the sky.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
He's waving. He's called Sandy LaPuck.
Oh, over there. There he is. Yeah, he's with Sandy, his
Yeah, that's all.
friend and partner. And Dave is the father of Shlomi here, Ezra. And his partner here, Laura, played the reporter number one. And is a very talented in all manner related to cinema and acting. So we were really lucky to have both of them, actually.
We're so happy to be a part of it. That was so much fun.
Part of the spiel. Oh, look at Cherry with her hair there, that wig.
Now this is my real hair. The other is my wig.
Did you hear this?
Yeah, the wig is very becoming.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Moms really do have more fun though. I can tell you that.
Where did you guys grow up?
Look how good. Oh, in Caldwell, New Jersey.
Snipper shock.
It's never
It's just enough town, the next town over from Snippershock, actually.
Isn't that near Jenemsveld?
It was
Right across the road.
Did you guys bring us the coronavirus? I mean, seriously.
What was that?
I said, did you guys bring us the coronavirus? But I was just
from your Yehuppets? Yeah.
That was Yehuppets, not Jenemsveld. From Yehuppets.
No, that's good.
We call it Schnipperschnuck. We don't call it Schnipper.
Schnippershock.
Yeah, we call it Schnipperschnuck.
You call it Schnipperschnuck.
That's yours.
I think Schnipperschnuck might be a neighborhood inside
I
Schnipperschnuck.
wanted, but I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I gotta leave. I might be back.
Mm.
Look at Tim Morgan. How do you get all those sets? It's part of the same thing?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you always wanted to be a TV star?
I mean,
Oh, wow. From the 50s. From the 50s.
Yeah, from the 50s. Exactly.
So I think we all need a drink of l'chaim now or something. We have to go
Good idea.
have a nightcap or
yeah.
Chaim, happy Purim. Wonderful to see everybody.
Happy Purim.
Happy
Purim.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone.
Happy Purim. Enjoy your
I meant to say before, if like Mark, you want to watch the show again, it is available on my YouTube channel. And you can watch the entire
Is it
thing.
available already, or is it going to be?
It's already there. It's already there. You know what I'll do is give me a second. I just need to find it, and I will. I'll put the the link here on the. There we go.
Here, I unmute.
Rabbi Jim,
Yeah.
do me a favor. Can Ovidius in the middle of midterms, but can you just send him the link, okay?
Well, here you can get it on. You can get it here. I'll send it. I'll send it to everybody.
Save your chat.
But you can if you go to the chat, it's there, and you can.
You have to save the chat though.
What?
You have to save the chat.
Yeah, you have to save the chat, or you can just go in and cut and paste from the chat.
Oh, I'll just write it down on paper because that's what I do.
That's the way.
Never heard of that.
You can use one of those brown paper bags to write like they do in the store.
Yeah, this is not what I do.
You know what?
That's an email.
Molly, I'll send it to you and to
Adam.
I'll send it to you and Adam and
And to me, Rabbi.
And to who?
Ann.
Oh, to Ann. Okay, good.
My brother called from Texas right when Sherry was starting to.
Oh, got it.
So I missed most of it.
Yeah, just Rabbi Jim, send it to all of us.
I'm going to send it to Adam and you because remind me what Ovadia's email is.
It's osimha122@gmail.com.
Okay, that's right. There it is. Okay. All right, I'll send it to the entire minion.
Good.
But just for now.
Well, thanks to all for coming.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy Purim.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Great job, everybody.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good job. Happy Purim.
Happy Purim.